let me say that very sincerely there are things that are legal, but truly, morally, they might not appear to be very correct. The application for extension of the 2023 budget, it's also coming with an application for extension of the supplementary budget for 2023. We understand the implication. From the letter we received, it is mainly, in fact, only on capital projects. And we cannot ask that capital projects should be abandoned. We cannot also deny our country, which by implication means denying ourselves the benefits of capital projects. So, in principle, we might not oppose this. I might not oppose this in principle because I want these projects concluded. But in terms of procedure, I feel a little bit worried. A situation where we have 3 budgets running concurrently. And then we're also expecting, sincerely, a supplementary budget for 2024, which means that we have 4 budgets running in a country simultaneously. You will also recall that one of the major criticism against the PDP government was that we had no clear budgetary period, and so that we are returning to the era of January to December budget. But today, we are having not just 24 months, not just 12 months, but 24 months budget cycle. And so, whilst I would say that yes, it is in the interest of the country that these projects be concluded, but this process and procedure might not appear to be completely correct. In criticizing this, we will not just criticize, but profile an alternative, sir. And therefore, I will suggest that the House leader steps down this bill, and then we go back to the drawing board. Look at it, all the projects that are contained in 2023 budget and 2023 supplementary budget, we take them over to the 2024 supplementary budget so that we can have just 2 budgets running in the country. That way, we would have achieved everything that we intend to achieve. If we have all the capital projects in 2023 that is not concluded and 2024. That's my submission, sir.
Thank you, Leader, for your contribution. But I want us to please take away emotions. It is important we appreciate this government because it's a new government in the first place. 2, there are legal and moral implications of extending a supplementary appropriation without extending the mother budget itself. And we are aware that the supplementary budget of 2023 is largely security related. It's largely 95% security related. And it is because of the passion of Mr. President to ensure that all those items that have been slated for procurements are done within a stipulated period of time. And because we couldn't do for one reason or the other in the past, he felt that this is the best time for us to come to the House to request for an extension so that all these security-related equipments that have already been slated for procurement can see the light of the day. It is for our own good, it's for the good of the country. So I want to please urge and implore our members to please support this. It is to enhance the security of this country, without which nothing can move. So please kindly support this for the progress of our country, please. So I will request for 1 or 2 more contributions, and then we put the question. I will recognize Honorable Sada Soli.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Sada Soli, GBI, representing GBI Keita Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I admire the PDP for playing to the gallery. I admire the minority leader who has been in this chamber for the last 4 sessions, and he knows the procedure and he knows the way things are being done. You cannot extend the period of supplementary budget without extending the period of the main budget, which hinges on the main budget. And the question here is this right? Yes, the answer is right, because it is within the law of the Appropriation Act that we can extend any part of the act. So I don't think it's an issue that we should be playing to the gallery or should bring politics in it. The PDP will... Mr. Speaker,
Honorable colleagues, order please. Order please. Honorable Sada has the floor. Please allow him to land. Please.
Mr. Speaker, in
allow him to land, please.
representative democracy, minority will have its say, but the majority will have its way. Mr. Speaker, I request the pleasure and the understanding of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle to support this Supplementary Appropriation Act, to support this extension of this act so that it will be for the better of this country. I so support, Mr. Speaker.
Order in the House. Order, please. Order, please.
My distinguished colleagues, Mr. Speaker, this is the best moment of this House, where everybody is trying to express his feelings on the three budgets to be running concurrently if approved. Mr. Speaker, sir, I will want to move a motion that let the House go into a committee of the whole to discuss this issue amongst ourselves, executive session to discuss this issue amongst ourselves, then we come back to plenary. I so move.
Is that the opinion of the majority here?
No. Mr. Speaker.
Okay, before I rule on that, let me allow more members to contribute and then we decide at the end which way to follow. I would like to recognize Honorable Dogwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right Honorable Tajudeen Abass, the Speaker of the House of the Nigerian People and Zazo. My respected colleagues, I remain Honorable Ado Dogwa, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, representing the good people of Dogwa, Tudun Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. And like I've always said, for the records, Mr. Speaker, I am of the APC extraction in Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise today on a point of responsibility. I rise on a point of duty. Mr. Speaker, this is an institution that we have continuously called the House of the People, which simply means whatever we do on this floor should be something that must be accountable to the people and who will be held responsible. Mr. Speaker, each and every blessed member that is on this floor is representing a community of his own people. And when you are discussing a matter of this magnitude, Mr. Speaker, the budget, which is the money bill, which of course provides the basis of governance in any country, definitely we must have to agree to call a spade a spade. Mr. Speaker, I rise here very extraordinarily to say for the first time that I agree with the submissions made by the minority leader of the House today. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, that has got nothing to do with my perpetual affiliation to the ruling party, the APC, which I'm still proud of. It has never happened, Mr. Speaker. Though I agree with Honorable Sada Soli, who said it's legal. The answer, yes, it's legal. But, Mr. Speaker, when you have something coming so unprecedented, something that has not been the usual practice of this great institution, then definitely you must have to accept that the people out there who brought us here to work in their own interests will have questions, whether overtly or covertly. And these are some of the moments that we must have to rise to stand to the position of my people. Mr. Speaker, I want to honestly say that even though it's legal, Mr. Speaker, this is unprecedented. You have two substantive budgets, 2023, being extended to 31st of December and running them concurrently. You have other supplementary budgets being carried also at the same time, Mr. Speaker. I want to say without any fear of contradiction that they may be legal, but that moral feeling, that moral responsibility, Mr. Speaker, that moral questions will always be raised. Reason why I rise to say so, Mr. Speaker, is for us as a house and an institution, while we have no cause whatsoever to stop it, I will be for it, and I will urge people to be for it. But at least at this critical moment, we must unite ourselves and we must stand collectively and send a signal to the government of the Federation that not everything could fly. When you have a budget being extended continuously, it means the government is lagging behind in the pursuance of the implementation of that bill. Mr. Speaker, it is my opinion that this House accept this bill, and I want to also plead with the members of the House of Representatives, no matter which party we belong to please allow it go for now. But the message has to be sent. The message has to be sent that government has to sit up and do the needful. Minority Leader, I want to plead with you on the ground, on the ground, Mr. Speaker, on the ground that yes, the government is a new government, on the ground that the leader of the government is somebody that we all trust, and on the subject matters raised in the extension of this budget, sir, I would like to also agree that I therefore rise. I finally would like to second the motion that we move into executive session, discuss this matter, and hopefully come back to pass this request from Mr. President.
I think, honorable colleagues, the best thing we need to do now is to call for an executive session. Let us discuss in-house and take a common position, and then we revert back and do the needful. So without any waste of time, I'll call on the leader to move that we resolve to executive session to discuss this very critical subject matter.
Inasmuch as I do not believe that we do need an executive session to discuss a straightforward matter, I move that we'll go to executive session all the same. I don't think we need it. This is a straightforward matter. It is legal. What are we debating for? You have the gavel.
Go ahead and move so that we can discuss further.
We move to executive session.
Any second leader, minority leader, can you second?
Okay.
Second for us to move into executive session.
I rise to second the motion that the House do retire into an executive session. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.